Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the official ARK podcast here with number 374. My name is Coach MT, and I'm here live today with the core team. Your host for tonight, the one and only Mr. Atlas. Please take it away, sir.
Thank you for the introduction, Coach MT. Folks, welcome back. Thursday, November 9th. So close to the weekend. You know what the weekend means here. More opportunity, more bricklaying, more work getting done. As everyday progress is definitely made. Brett Nordin is going to be telling us what's been going on behind the scenes with the development team. Stay tuned for that. I think we're going to have a short podcast today. We have limited resources in the broadcasting studios. We're making some changes with hardware and software. So hopefully we'll have that all sorted out for tomorrow's podcast. But it's great to see you all here. Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you're aping into the LSA, making the most of it, getting your NFTs assigned to you. If you're getting to silver, platinum, or gold, you know that's instant, automatic. If you're getting to lower tier, copper, tin, and bronze, you're going to lock in your slot over with the LSA. And as soon as we launch the new contracts, it's going to be happy days for everyone here. So looking forward to seeing you all continue on your path. Coach MT is doing OTC deals over the counter, between parties, person to person. He's the middleman, the referee. So if you want to sell some ARK, or if you want to buy some ARK, interested parties, make sure contact Coach MT. We are continuing to work on the secondary bank solution. Don't have anything finalized, completed yet, but we're making progress there as well, folks. So we'll keep you up to date with that. Personally, very, very excited as we understand the features are so much better with this product. So hopefully we'll be able to bring it home and be able to offer a more robust platform for everybody to be able to live their best life, go out there, do their shopping online, go to the ATM, and get 100% of your available balance out the way it should be. Wouldn't you say? Sheesh. That's right. That's right. Sheesh. People are fired up today, Coach MT. But let's turn it over to Mr. Brett Nordin for today's updates.
How's it going?
Fantastic, sir. Happy to be here.
LSA's at 35K. It's getting there. Getting closer and closer every day. Getting excited. Good reminders on, keep stacking, keep working the vault, keep pushing in the LSA. We're going down. I think it's going to go down quicker. So make sure you get your last entries into the LSA, the last opportunity to gobble up that those coppers and tins and all the new ones that are coming out. Alex is making good progress on the new D app, and it's looking nice. Great design that we've kind of carried forward from the mobile application, and things are looking good. He's just working out all the details, what's going to be on the home screen, what's going to be on the NFT pages, and all that good stuff. We do still have to finish up the yield boost calculation, but we have some code limitations on that. We've gone through that before. Can't use decimals, can't use negatives, so he's going to have to hard code some stuff to make the curve look cool. But basically, the sooner you get in, the more yield you're going to get from those NFTs. So get in early, get in now. And I'm just getting really excited. We've been having some really good meetings this morning. Great progress updates. The design for the email is finished. And so now they're going to start hooking up the back end with the front end. That's the next kind of detailed phase. We did have a bit of delay with the zero knowledge implementation that we had talked about previously, just with the simplified user experience and making that streamline. There were some things in the back end we had to go back and look and check and see what impacted the rest of the application with the way that we wanted to do it while maintaining the zero knowledge technology, which doesn't give us any access to any user data. And the only person that can look at the data, see it, view it, download it, however they want to manage it, is the user themselves. So from your device, you're going to have a passphrase that becomes your encryption key. And so anything that you view or look at on your device is decrypted only for you. We also have two-factor authentication to make sure that if your device is lost or stolen and somebody tries to access the account, they'll have to have that additional device or method that you choose, whether that's like a Google Authenticator or another other authenticator app or an email one-time password. You'll still have to verify that that you're the owner of that account. Basically, authenticate yourself before accessing the application. So we have a bunch of cool privacy features built into this, bunch of security features to make sure your data is safe, which is always the goal here. But what I'm really getting pumped about is we shared the other day, 1Password was a company that raised over $650 million. They have a $6.5 billion market valuation currently. And we've just been really digging into the product to see, what makes this so cool? Why is this value being attached to this product? And really, we can deliver a lot of the features. And actually, it's a little bit more complicated. I've kind of dug into the UI and some of the stuff from the reviews that are done on it. But basically, it's for a lot of power users that are deep into the password management world. There's a lot of features that are more complicated, I would say, than the average user will need. So we're going to fall between the features that 1Password has and a more simplified password manager like Proton and NordPass and some of these others have that are just super simple, which is great for the average user, but they just lack some of the additional features that 1Password has. So if we can even hit the mark with competing with 1Password in that case, that's just one part of this application. We're providing so much more value, and to put ourselves in that same category as 1Password would just be amazing. Out of the gates, having the same functionality and simplified user flow, great interface and user experience that Proton Pass and some others have. It's just going to, set us apart and have a huge value add right out of the gate. So I'm getting pumped about that, we're delivering so much more and than some of these companies that are standing up in this privacy space and just garnering these gigantic raises and big valuations. I'm just getting more and more excited that we really are in the right space at the right time. We have a product with a huge value proposition to a lot of users, and we can add the technology and the functionality that they just don't have through our decentralized network. So we're getting pumped every day, and the password management system is the next one that we're going to start design work on. The back end is already complete. We're going back through the features list now to make sure they've covered everything in the code. And then we're going to start the design phase on the password manager. So that's why I'm getting pumped about that, and been doing more research just to make sure we're in the hunt there, and we're in the race and the conversation when it comes to password management systems. So I think that's about it on our end. We do have our demo coming up in a week. We pushed that out a week because of the ZK stuff and adding some more functionality to the security layers. That's going to be a week from now. We're going to go through all of that new ZK technology and the flow that's being added, as well as how a user handles that two-factor authentication, gets into the system, and then we'll have the storage module completed at that point and start looking at the email. So we might see some of the email stuff if we have some of the designs completed and hooked up to the front end, then we'll be able to see some of that as well. So still moving fast. We did add the calendar. If you're just joining us and haven't been around for a few days, we have added the calendar. It's going to impact the delivery date by 3 to 4 weeks. We are getting that, kind of final scoped and figured out. We're going to try to accelerate that as much as possible, work in parallel as we always do. But that's also affording us some time to go back and start to look at everything we've developed at that point and refine anything that we need to refine. And we might even do some end user testing at that point, release certain parts of it to have people walk through, just to make sure that we've got some eyeballs on it, looking at it other than ours, to make some final tweaks before we get everything buttoned up and ready for release. We're also investigating audit companies to audit the code and make some of that public, so people can trust our code. And when they install these apps, they know it doesn't have any kind of malicious intent or any kind of spyware, any kind of tracking, any kind of logging, all the things that we hold dear to privacy, and that will also be included in our privacy policy. So lots coming, lots being worked on and figured out. But yeah, I think we've got a giant opportunity in this space. And if we look at these other companies that are doing very similar things, they might be a little further along in terms of being, released to the public, but I think we can quickly catch. And if we have plenty of funding for marketing and other channel opportunities, I think we can, hit a home run with this thing. So yeah, I'm pumped up.
Sheesh. You sound it, man. You got us getting to the hardcore FOMO over here. That's very exciting.
Yeah, getting closer and closer. It's, as it's you can see it taking shape. It's not just about the back end code and what we're, building this on, but it's going to be about the front end and how we pitch it. We see these other products and they're okay, but they're multi-billion dollar valuation companies, and they have millions of dollars of revenue already established for simple things, just like, the VPN, or, pick one of them, pick the VPN, pick the email, whatever it might be. With these subscription models, people are eating this stuff up. So I think it's only going to gain momentum. And if we can come in with, a product that's full featured, looks amazing, has great customer service, user experience, there's no reason why we can't, gain a lot of market adoption.
Oh, absolutely. Agree with you completely on that, my friend. So we just don't have one, we have many, and they're all put together. I mean, as we like to say here, Mr. Brett, it hasn't been done before. Sheesh. That's right.
I had a meeting yesterday with one of our partners and explaining how our application on, and he goes, "When you guys just finished, I'm a customer." Because I think it's the education process. They don't understand how vulnerable they are until they hear the story. They understand it. Well, it makes so much sense why you have all of this bundled together. The email is important to not just it's sort of the center of your workspace or your workday, how you communicate, how you sign up for e-commerce sites, profiles, whatever it might be, social media. But then those have all sorts of vulnerabilities because you're also using that email for your bank accounts and all these other financial instruments, to interact with any kind of, Forex and stocks and these investment accounts and all of these things, right? So you're using the same platform that you use for all this Web 2.0 stuff. You're using it for a lot of personal information, a lot of sensitive personal information. And so how are you shielding or separating even that? So just at the most simple level, it makes sense. Now we have aliases, that we can use for emails. Now we have strong password generators. Now we have a way to manage all those passwords and passkeys and things in a very safe environment. I'm not writing it down, putting on a text file, throwing it somewhere in an Excel spreadsheet, putting it on Google Docs, all these things that can get hacked and easily stolen from us. And then what happens if your device is stolen? Then they have access to all your data. Your laptop gets stolen, your computer gets hacked, whatever it might be. All of that's out there on the dark web, within 24 hours. So just, very simple story about how these all work together, handshake, how you're protected by zero knowledge. I think that's just a very easy conversation to have. Like, no one can access your data, and if they do get it, it's fully encrypted, and they can't they can't decrypt it. They can't take it. It's unusable. So you have so many different layers of defense against, simple to very complex, skilled hacking techniques. So, if for a subscription fee for somebody, they're like, wow, I can, pretty much rest assured that I'm not going to lose any of my data that's sensitive. then I also have a way to manage all of this stuff that is important, that is, sensitive to me, and also the access to that information and how I share it, how I manage it is important to me as well. So yeah, just fires on hits so many different levels in people's minds, I think, about where we are in terms of cyber risk, in terms of personal data and information risk, that it just kind of makes it a no-brainer.
The no-brainer.
No-brainer.
I was in DMs with him a couple of days ago. Our good friend, Coach Brad. He's doing very well, folks.
Nice.
I couldn't agree more. And for
back on the team,
the companies. I mean, if you're even if you're a small business, right? Why would you use an unencrypted service where you could use encrypted services? You could have, your domains working through our platform, where all of your incoming and outgoing mail is through your domain, several domains. You could do sub accounts for your employees, so that they're also able to enjoy the encryption. I mean, business secrets, even if you're not a multi-billion-dollar corporation, you still understand that whatever your IP is, whatever your internal communications or even communications with customers or potential distributors, potential partners, potential investors, you want that so well protected. Why wouldn't you? It's not a yes or no question. It's a yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the kind of thing where nobody could really say no, if you think about it.
You're forced to have it. You're forced to have it too. So they, if you're accepting credit card information, you have customer data, whatever it might be. You have to go through those merchant, compliance exercises where you answer all those questions and, pay all those, yearly subscriptions to even accept credit cards, to take payments from customers, whatever it might be. And then you have the payroll side of it as well. How are you storing employee records? Where are you keeping all of your company financial data? Could that be leaked? Do you have any vulnerabilities in your system? And for most small businesses, they do not have IT support. They don't have somebody managing their network. They're running on Google. They're running on, these centralized systems, and they have, Microsoft and, very immature compute and networking capabilities. They probably just have a ISP firewall. They're not really regulating any of their internet traffic. They don't have strong password policies for their employees. So they're just super vulnerable all the way around. Yeah. Yeah, so just using a product like ours can make them compliant in so many different ways, especially if they're storing their information on our systems that's fully decentralized, zero knowledge encrypted, all those good things. They can say we have encryption on all of our files, not just the ones that are out on your desktop computer. Those you need to get off of there, and you need to get them out in our decentralized encrypted storage system, and then have access to a very limited number of people have access to those files, and the ones that do are on our system that uses a passphrase, ZK information or ZK knowledge proofs, and then also the 2FA. So if a laptop's stolen, gets lost, whatever. And how many times have you heard of small businesses getting broken into and all their computers getting stolen? They have a closet filled with servers and everything else that gets flooded or stolen or whatever. No backup. They can lose their entire systems overnight, in a fire or something else. All their employee records, everything stored on a laptop or stored on a computer that's in a closet somewhere, it just gets wiped out. So yeah, this is something every small business that's in that situation needs, or that can't afford, an IT professional to manage all their stuff, set up their systems, run on the cloud, fully backup, redundancy, encryption, all that stuff. So this takes them to the next level overnight at a very low price.
Let's go. Man, we should do a 2FA within our system eventually.
We do.
In the future.
Yeah, we do. We have
No,
2FA.
No. I'm saying that we provide 2FA solution for
Yeah.
our customers where they would use the ARK, right, 2FA system to use it for all their. I think that'd be a great addition.
Yeah, I have that on the list. The feature list is part of a second release. So what we can do is actually add 2FA to all your logins through the password management system. But we got to scope that one out, and that's not going to be out of the first release. But yeah, definitely a cool feature.
Sounds expensive.
Everything's expensive. Yeah, everything's 3-4 weeks. No, but we're gonna have we're gonna sift and sort. So we have kind of the initial launch version that'll quickly become debugged, updated, real time, kind of like our good friend Alex does to all of our apps here. And then we'll have a second release that's going to have additional features and upgrades that'll probably come within the first 4 to 6 weeks. Would be my guess. We just have some things that we know, including contact management through the email system, so you can have all of your contacts, but they're encrypted. Unlike when they're sitting on your phone or Google contacts or whatever else. Google has access to everybody that you know, all the emails that you send, receive, all the phone numbers you call. Right. So yeah, Contact Manager will be top of the list, and then some of these other features like adding 2FA for hardware passkey management tools and things like that. And so we just have other security features, privacy features, as well as application upgrades that we want to do right out of the gate.
Absolutely. And I wish it was we could launch it before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Yeah, it is what it is. What we're trying to do right now is just make sure that we cover all of the basics and have a full featured product, in that if you did compare it to Proton, or you did compare it to like a 1Password or something like that, very apples to apples. And even in some case, obviously we have a better base layer of technology, but in some cases we even have more features that our technology just lends itself to. So that's what we're trying to do with the initial release, and then quickly follow up with a few of the little things that are kind of nuances, but a lot of the power users in the space, a lot of people that review the products, they want to see certain things that you and I wouldn't even notice or not even care about. But we know that there's certain enthusiasts, right, in each one of these spaces: email enthusiasts, storage enthusiasts, password management enthusiasts, just privacy people in general. They want to see certain things. But we overcome a lot of the objections to other protocols that have centralized services or techniques that store data in a certain way or manage data a certain way. Because of the zero knowledge and the decentralized storage, we overcome a lot of those objections to the other apps that are out there. So yeah, we're excited. I think we're going to be able to really separate ourselves, especially within the first few months. But what I think the message to a lot of the legacy NFT holders is we've got something in our hands that, if you look around space, is attracting a lot of money. That's just the easiest way to say it. It's a lot of money in privacy right now, and a lot of excitement, and a lot of capital is flowing that direction. And these applications are very outward, very public, very in your face as to the popularity of this space and what's coming.
That's right. Well, let's go. Sheesh.
Let's get it.
Boy, are we excited? And all for the price of a grande macchiato over at the Starbucks.
Yeah, by early next year, it could be for the price of half of a grande.
Well, November 24th, 2024, folks, show up. You're going to get that big Black Friday discount, but not this year, next year.
Next year.
Do make sure that You get the monthly subscription, so you can get the we're going to call it the Jesus version for the full enterprise suite, 50% off, or what do we do? 70% off, Brett? 30% off? What are we going to give the crowd? I mean, we're so far from next year Black Friday. I mean, we're getting close. We're not too far. November 24th. We're at November 29th. But yeah, folks are going to have to wait. That just makes me want it even more because I love buying Black Friday. That's where I usually pay all of my online yearly subscriptions, and I save a ton of money. Sheesh.
You know what's funny is most of these companies right now don't have to give any discounts. They don't have to. They're the subscription is what it is. It's fairly priced, and it's a price point that a lot of people don't notice, or sets them back, or just the value proposition's high enough. But I haven't seen the kind of competition in the space yet where people are having to give the Black Friday. What you have is you got a bunch of these the free, quote unquote, free apps, and they are all trying to monetize them somehow, and you know what that means, right? They're selling the data or otherwise, and then those are just not supported. So what you see is, great, it's free, but do they really care if they get hacked? Do they care if they keep up with the latest security threats? Do they care if they keep constant flow of upgrades and whatever else? And then those free ones, what they do is kind of tease, and then later they have kind of a premium product, but it's just not that great. And then you've got the professional companies. You got the Protons, the 1Passwords, these others that are out there, the Nords, that are constantly innovating. They're constantly updating, great customer service support, because they can afford to do it. But the user base is growing at such a rate as well that it's affording them to keep up and maintain these products in a professional way. So, and that's really what we're going for. We understand that there's going to always be the free, right? There's always going to be the discounted product. But if you can create that better user experience and always have a reliable, private and secret product, one that provides security, then you can have a place in the market space and afford to charge the premium, and not give the product away. We do want to have a free version, and that's a way to introduce people, dip their toe in the water, as well as be good stewards of privacy and anonymity in the internet space, and pushing Web3 technology forward, pushing decentralization forward, pushing non-centralization and big tech out of the way. We do want to offer that free service to people that can't afford the subscription, but will that always be available? I don't know. But a lot of the free ones are going to paid, because it's an expensive business,
Absolutely. And you don't have, hundreds of thousands of servers and nodes. Generally they're limited to a couple of countries. You're not getting the mega fast bandwidth, enough to surf around. But if you want to do 4K, streaming, forget about it. But it's a try before you buy sort of plan. Mm-hmm. And as folks adapt to the system, they get comfortable with the user interface. I think our customers are already well defined who they are. It's just giving them more so that they think twice, because generally people are comfort creatures, right? They've got their Nord, they got their LastPass. They don't want to shift on over, right? Which is part of the work that you guys are doing as well, of creating it so it's very easy to bring your contacts and to bring your email, which is part of a great onboarding experience, as we know that the large majority of our customers are going to be people switching to a better system with more options. So that's how we entice them with the better offers. And how do we give them the confidence to make the switch? Try before you buy. Go for the freemium, they call it now, the freemium version, and take a look around, kick the tires, take it for a spin, and put it through the paces. And by the time they drive back on the lot, they're ready. Let's make this happen. Sheesh. Another customer with a smiling face. Let's get this crypto.
Absolutely.
Happy days. All right. Well, great update there, Brett. Thank you for the continued hard work. There's so much happening here. And it's great to know that you're on top of it, making the best of all of the resources at your fingertips, all of the team, and cracking the whip on them when you need to, and making sure that we're getting, as much as we can for the time that we have allotted and the resources we have allotted, because we got a bunch of hungry folks here. I mean, there's so many here, we can't even fit them in a sprinter. Look at all these guys: Brandon, Coach MT, LCM, Catalyst, Mr. Big, Aiden Anderson, Carlos De Leon, Terry Tips, Crypto Fergs, all the way in Ireland, Mark II from Australia, the Mother Goose. Mother Goose is on a short list for getting a shot at, as we grow and we expand our system here. He's on a short list for getting a tryout to see if he comes and helps us with the customer and tech support. He has experience in that business. Everybody wish him well when the time comes. We like to promote from within. We got G.I. Joe in the house. Man, this guy serves up the pizzas. Boy, does he serve them up nice and hot. Justin McDonald, also from Australia. Jashawn, the Vanquished, the Wiseman. Man, too many folks here to list. And they all have one common denominator. They're smart, calm, cool, collected investors who are looking for a return on capital. They don't want a 1x, a 2x, a 3x. They want massive returns. And they understand that in order to do that, it's not going to happen overnight. In order to get to a large payout, it's going to take time. It's a long process and journey. But you got to have the right team. You got to have the right attitude. You got to have the right products. You got to have the right work ethic. And we tick all those boxes, I think. Or at least we believe so, and we've been told so. So, folks, we want to thank you for coming over today on this wonderful Thursday. Do not forget, November 24th, if there's any subscriptions out there that you have, see if they have that Black Friday sale. Get yourself organized. Catch those savings of those products that you want to continue and renew. And hopefully, I know Brett sounds like he doesn't want to give anything away. I think maybe for our legacy NFT holders, maybe we have a Black Friday for them, just for these special people that are, day one OG believers. No promises. I mean, I'm sure by that time it's going to look very, very different here. But we've always told our investors that the legacy NFT holders are very dear and close to us. Our first set of investors, our seed, our angel round, we could really call it. And we always prioritize our good folks. So we'll see you all tomorrow, same time, or should I say the new time that we've just started a couple of days ago, 2 p.m. EST, 7 p.m. UTC. Please take care of yourselves. Enjoy yourselves. Smile. Be happy. Don't let things get you down. Don't take it too serious. It's really not. So we'll see you all tomorrow.